Joining us once again for his monthly visit, so to speak, is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Hey, Mr. Billy, welcome back to KEEL. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Y'all doing good?
Excellent. Thank you. I want to start with something because I was talking to a friend of mine last night, and we had seen in the news, that Nick Saban, Alabama, signs a new $10 million a year contract. And somebody said, no, that nobody should make that kind of money. I said, are you kidding? Nick Saban is a bargain at any price because of the money that the university and its athletics bring to the state. Associated to that, college football, LSU football, kicks off in probably about a month or so, maybe less. Off the top of your head, explain to folks why LSU football financially is so important to the state of Louisiana.
Well, it is big business. You know, it brings people here, tourists here. It also is an economic engine, all the research and everything else. But I think you're always going to have the debate of the pay of coaches and things like that when the main effort of the university is to educate kids. So it's a debate that's not going to go away. Every time a coach gets a raise or they pay a bunch of money to get a coach, you wonder, should that money be going into education? And that debate will never change. But LSU absolutely is, as all the colleges are, you know, up in Ruston, Louisiana Tech, some of the people there that are being trained to work at CenturyLink and bringing in research people. I think it's good for tourism, it's good for business, and it's good for those local economies where all our colleges are.
Speaking of tourism, which is kind of why you're here, I saw earlier this week that 3 of the flood-damaged parks have reopened, including Bisteneau. Tell us about that. Can you give us details?
Yeah, we are excited not only about the new cabins opening up, brand new, completely renovated from the flood, but also we got a little over $17 million of federal money through the BP settlement, working with the governor and wildlife and fisheries to help do some real improvements at several of our parks. Plus, being we got through the budget crunch, we're going to see improvements at all of our state parks and really see our parks getting back to the day when we were proud of them. I'm real excited about the new team in place, and they really hit the ground running. We're going to do a lot of marketing for staycation and asking people to go out and visit your new state park in your area. So you'll be seeing a lot of advertising rolled out. We're partnering with a lot of local people to do that at a very little cost to the state. But we're really going to make an effort to make these state parks, both by those fundings and the private-public partnership, that we're getting new ideas every day. So one day we won't need taxpayer dollars to run these state parks.
You know, how one feels about the sales tax that was passed by the legislature aside, one of the upsides of the last special session is for 7 years, we know what we got. Tell everybody how that benefits you in the Lieutenant Governor's office as pertains to promoting Louisiana.
Well, it gives us, we can plan more than just a month out when we didn't know what was going to happen. And it also gives stability to the whole. I was with the Chinese ambassador at night before last talking about some of the investments. We're going to China. We're taking a movie trail there where all the movies were shot in Louisiana and where people were shot, like Bonnie and Clyde. People want to go where those movies were shot. But just to know that we've got a steady budget for the next several years. But listen, I don't think we should take advantage of it. I think we should hit the ground and start looking at ways to cut and save money, not because we got money for 7 years, but I think there's a great opportunity for everybody to work in their own little departments. We saved several $1 million this year, renegotiating contracts, getting rid of contracts in the state parks that wasn't necessary. And I think if every department looks at it more like a business, we could end up with a real surplus years down the line if we really tighten our belt.
As we get into the latter part of the summer, there are festivals, there are get-togethers, there are parties going on all over. I like to call it the Billy Nungesser statewide tour. Where are you going to be? What is it? Where should folks in Louisiana who want to do a staycation, to use your term, where should they go? What's coming up in the next, say, 30 days or so?
Well, this Saturday at the convention center, we will have chefs from all over the country, and Chef Ryan Trahan won the Louisiana crown for the Seafood King from Blue Dog Cafe. He will be representing Louisiana. The defending champs from Alaska will be there, and it'll be a great time in the New Orleans Convention Center this Saturday. Today I'll be heading over to Lake Charles to give out some beautification awards to mayors from across the state that did a really good job at helping us put our best foot forward in cleaning up their city and their town. And every weekend there's a party somewhere. And I tell people, when you staycation, as I did in Natchitoches, and my mother-in-law went in that old hardware store, when she went back and put on Facebook, 20 of her relatives from Houston came over and went to that hardware store in Natchitoches. So when you staycation and have a good time and share it, you're going to drive other people to those towns and cities around the state. So we're helping promote Louisiana from within, and you won't be disappointed. There's something going on every weekend, and the people are so friendly and nice in Louisiana. We do have the greatest people in the world.
Is it too early to even bring up with Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser reelection plans for next year?
I will be kicking off my reelection plans exactly 1 year from the day, October 12th, at the lady that threw me my first party in Plaquemines Parish at her house. She wants the same band, the same food, and so we'll be kicking off reelection. I am going to run for reelection. I love this job. We've got a lot of work to do, but working with the best tourism folks in the world that are so passionate, and, you know, it makes you so proud when you go out of the town and people say your best asset is your people. You treat strangers like they family. It makes you so proud to be from Louisiana.